Welcome back everybody to the channel. This is season number 4 of the Crystal Palace rebuild, the final rebuild of FM24 on this channel. Let's go straight into it. So as we can see, we do have, get that off there, 31st of August we're up to. We do have a few games that we've played. We are 3-1 from the start of the season, which isn't too bad at all. Financially wise, we'll do a quick over that. So as of season 4, we were in a negative balance by about 7 million. We're now in a positive balance of 51.5. Thankfully, that came from the qualification money for the Champions League, and it has left us with a decent transfer budget in the end. But there was a few movers and shakers going on. So if I go back, I brought in one player, and I wanted somebody at right back that was a little bit more solid. And I saw Conor Bradley was available at Liverpool, so I brought him in just before the save point. Great physicals, decent mentals, good technicals. I think overall he's a very, very good right back on a game, and he's progressed quite well. As for before the tick over of sales, there was a couple of loans and Ismail Assar. I seem to have this deal with Norwich where I just sell them all my players. Ismail Assar has gone to Norwich for 4.1 million, a couple of other loans here and there, and then after the tick over, £100 million in sales. So Liam Delap made his move permanent to Norwich, but we'll go to the big ones. So this is the big one. Aliyah Capriel went to Saudi Arabia for 50 million. I couldn't keep hold of him. Mohamed Diamonde went for 27 million to Al Ittihad. Chadi Riyad has gone to Al Ali for 15.5 million. Kamada has gone to Burnley for 11.5 million. Liam Delap I've already mentioned, and a couple other small sales, all totaling 100 million. Basically some older players and players that weren't getting that much game time. And I brought in 2. Now, obviously, I had to sign a goalkeeper. And this is one goalkeeper I think I've only signed once before. And yonks ago, I did a Bournemouth save and I never used him. So I thought I'd give this guy a chance. Callum McKenna. Very highly rated on this game. But he's only at 3.5 star potential ability at the moment. But he has grown rapidly since he's come into the club. And I think this could be a stroke of genius to get this keeper in. 21 years old, still plenty of growing time. I know we've only got 2 seasons left, but I think with his composure and his one-on-ones and his strength more than anything else, he could be an absolute worldie of a keeper. And he started off reasonably well. Not too bad. 5 games, 6 conceded, just below a 7 average rating, so that's not too bad. And then I wanted to bring in a ball-winning midfielder, another youngster, 25.5 million release clause, Nathan Decat. And he's now valued at 50 million, 3.5 star to 4 star ability, great anticipation and passing, really good ball-winning midfielder. He hasn't started in games yet, but I think he'll fill in behind Decore, and we'll see where it goes from there. But he is a very, very talented player, and he fills in the gap. Perfect. Schedule-wise, well, as I say, it started off okay. A 1-0 win against Forest. We won the UEFA Super Cup against Barcelona, 1-0, which isn't too bad. We battered Sunderland 4-0. Firmino with a hat-trick. Then we lost to Arsenal at the Emirates. Okay, 4-2, not too bad. I can kind of take that. And then Fulham, we beat 3-2 with an 86-minute winner by Marmal, which I'm quite happy with. Tactically wise, I'm sticking with a 4-2-2, seeing as it works so well for us, but I've changed a couple of the player roles. I've swapped it around from a complete forward to an advanced forward on this side. Ekitike I'm going to have as the pressing forward and keep him in. I've changed the attacking midfielder attacker to a shadow striker because I think Palmer suits that better with his finishing ability. So we'll see how that works. And the rest of it I've just left, along with McKenna being kept in goal because I want him to get the game time at the end of the day. I would say it seems to have worked okay. It's not done too badly competitions-wise. Obviously, we've won the UEFA Super Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and we have the Champions League. Let's have a look at our Champions League fixtures. Let's have a quick look at the Champions League fixtures. Who have we got? Basel, HSV, Porto, Chelsea, Galatasaray, Panathinaikos, and then the 2 big boys at the bottom, Napoli and PSG. I'm hoping, actually, looking at these games here, we should be winning at least 3 or 4 of them, I think, with the squad that I've got. So I remain hopeful. I think we'll be doing all right there. So there we have it, guys. That is the start. Well, it's come up to the start of the highlights reel for season number 4. Fingers crossed we can just keep ourselves in Champions League qualification. I'm not expecting to win anything this season. I just want to keep us in the top 4, 5 around the Champions League qualification, ready for season 5. So we could just go all out for that final season. Fingers crossed that actually works. Let's go and roll the highlights. Season 4 of the Crystal Palace rebuild, our first real test in the Champions League. Would it derail our season, or could we prove we belong on the big stage? Being in the Champions League could have hurt our domestic form, but we managed to stay consistent in the league. After a rough September with no wins, a 2-1 victory over Manchester United got us back on track. From there, results started flying in. 3-2 versus Man City, a 3-1 over Arsenal, a 4-1 over Nottingham Forest, and a 3-0 over Aston Villa. We silenced the doubters and finished the Premier League season 4th, securing, yet again, Champions League football. As for the domestic cups, the less said about that the better, another embarrassing set of early exits. But in Europe, we were outstanding. In the league phase, we went unbeaten across the 8 matches, hammering Chelsea 4-0 and Napoli 3-0 to finish in the top 8. That set up a round of 16 clash with PSV, and we cruised through that round 5-2 on aggregate. Then came the big one, the defending champions PSG. A 3-1 home defeat left us with a mountain to climb, but we gave them a real scare in Paris, winning 3-2 on the night, falling just short as we got knocked out 5-4 on aggregate. Well, I said I wanted to keep the consistency and I wanted us to stay in those European spots, and that's exactly what we did. They did what I asked at the end of the day. We did have a bit of a drop-off if we have a look at the league table. Liverpool ended up winning it, Arsenal and Man United ahead of us. Newcastle and Villa into the... City dropped up. They won the title last season. They dropped down to the Conference League. Looks like Southampton won the FA Cup because they're in the Europa League. Wolves, Forest and Sunderland relegated, but Chelsea and Spurs finishing below us as well. That's nuts. Decent points tally. We kind of threw it away with a couple of draws and a loss at the end of the season. But even still, I'm quite happy with that. We got Champions League qualification. That is all that matters for me. But if we have a look at the past positions, I think if we had a slightly better run here, we may have ended up like sort of second or third, but we did drop off a little bit around the first third of the season. Yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. There's not much we can do about it now, but Champions League is all that matters. And then if we have a look at the other competitions, well, the domestic trophies, I'm not even going to bother talking about because, what the hell, I can't seem to win a domestic trophy at the moment. It's annoying me. But we did have an amazing run in the Champions League. Ooh, yes, we did. PSG went on to win it. They're the ones that knocked us out. League phase, I said I wanted us to win at least 4 of those, and we ended up winning 6 of our fixtures, including beating the likes of Chelsea 4-0, Napoli 3-0, Basel 5-1. Mental. We didn't lose a game. And the other 2 we drew were PSG and Galatasaray at home, randomly enough. Which meant we went straight through to the round of 16. We beat PSV, and then obviously we get drawn against PSG, and it was close. It really was close. It was 5-4. We gave them a good run for their money. Which, if we did beat them, we could have gone on to face Barcelona, who actually we beat in the Super Cup. I would have felt reasonably confident. We were only a couple of steps away from the Champions League final, which is mental. Speaking of the Champions League, has the money come in? Because we're on the 31st of May. Ooh, hello, balance. 110 million. Only 27.5 million in the transfer budget, but remaining debt 79 million, which isn't too bad. I'm quite happy with that. Squad-wise as well, goals dropped off a little bit, but a lot more contributions going on. So we had Esposito, 26 goals, 20 from Cole Palmer, 16 from Fermin, 15 and 12 from Pino, 17 assists from Palmer as well. Darvish got 6 and 7, 6 and 6 from Ekitike. I think he's probably going to leave at the end of this season. Nets dropped off massively. Where is he? Where is Nets? Down it. 7 assists to his 18 of last season. So, but his consistency is there as well, so it's not too bad. Let's have a quick look at Callum McKenna as well, see how he's developed. Ooh, hello. He has developed really well. Really well. Great one-on-ones, more bravery, more composed. Physical's a little bit better, but that game time has certainly helped his goalkeeping attributes. So he will be staying. I mean, he's conceded 72 this season. 18 clean sheets, that needs to improve if we are going to have a chance of winning anything for next season. And there we have it, guys. That is the end of season number 4. We have a goalkeeper that is hopefully going to be a hero for us next season. We have strikers that are firing. I just need to shore up that defence a little bit. But to do that, you have to leave a like on the video, you have to subscribe to the channel and tune in for the final season of this final ever rebuild on my channel of FM24, and hopefully after that, FM26 stuff. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra.